So this is Turkish rocket, Bunias orientalis. It's a really easy to grow perennial vegetable, maybe one of the easiest, to the point where it's a banned weed in a few places. But around here, I wouldn't say it's invasive, although I do recommend deadheading it. So a lot of these plants are just self-sown. There was a few original ones kind of lining the fence to keep grass and weeds out of this cultivated space, and they just kind of seeded themselves in. Early in the spring, maybe mid-April or so, the leaves are really excellent to eat, and even at this stage, they're quite tasty. I would say it's a lot like a mustard green. Later in the season, they continue to be edible, but they can get a little bit thick and fuzzy. But right now, quite delicious if you like mustard greens. And we're just coming up to the beginning of my favorite Turkish rocket harvest, which is the flower buds. And these kind of resemble broccoli-raab in flavor and texture. The flower stems are really tender, so it has a sort of broccoli-like taste, kind of mixed with mustardy tones of kind of spicy, kind of bitter, and just a little bit of seaweed flavor, which is really interesting. I would recommend, once you've got as many Turkish rocket plants as you would like, harvesting most of the flower buds, because it will prevent it from seeding itself in. I like to leave a few because it is a brassica, and brassica flowers are the favorite food source of syrphid flies, which are a really important group of beneficial insects around here. But once those flowers go by, I would chop the top off and throw it in the compost or throw it to your chickens, just to prevent it from seeding in and being a pain in the butt. This is Turkish rocket in bloom. Ideally, I would have liked to harvest much more of the flower buds because I think that's the best harvest. But because I grow this plant mostly for seed, I need to leave a lot to go to bloom. And the blooms are also beautiful, also edible. I think the flavor is not quite as good as the buds, but the texture is nice and they make a salad look nice. They're also a really important food source for syrphid flies because Turkish rocket is an early blooming brassica. It's a really nice thing to kind of help your syrphid fly population, which is the second largest group of beneficial insects here in Maine.